So before we get started, I wanted to inform you on what's going on and what you're about to see. I live on the southwest side of a mountain. My view is pretty good. I'm kind of high up, overlooking it. But I can only see a small portion of it. There are petroglyphs on this mountain, and from where I sit, some of the rock art is behind or on the northwest side of this mountain where I can't see them. There are ruins there also, along with pottery shards, as my wife and I have explored that area and found the ruins and found the petroglyphs with spirals. So on this side where I can see, there are no trails and it's very rocky and a lot of canyons or cliffs, and there is no way a car or a person, for that matter, to be on that side of the mountain where I'm looking at. There are TV towers up there to the east of what you will see in this film. You will see the anti-collision lights from the antennas, but the lights that I will be showing you is not man-made light of any kind. Those of you who have been following my work over these last 25 years will understand what I've been talking about also. When I show you this video, it will resemble the lights that I was seeing in South Mountain, on the east side of South Mountain in 2005, 6, and 7, when these blue lights were there and appearing on the east side of the mountain and then disappeared. These lights are spirit lights or UFO lights were coming and going from the mountain, as I soon realized that they were going into the mountain or into the fault lines. Now in 2023, I'm once again facing a mountain with my night vision camera this time. And I'm once again seeing these lights on the side of the mountain and also on top. The rock art does have spirals, the symbols for doorways into the underworld or fault lines where the energy is being generated. And by that, that's how this mountain was created. And other mountains with spirals carvings on them were created also by these fault lines. So I've lived here overlooking this mountain for almost a year now. And with South Mountain, I could see these lights very bright to the naked eye, and that's what I was kind of looking for. And I wasn't seeing any lights out there with my naked eye. And so I figured that this mountain wasn't active or alive or, UFOs was coming and going from it. It was only then, when I got a night vision camera, is when I started to see a light on the side of the mountain, and it moved and eventually went into the mountain, as you will see in this video. I could only see this light through the night vision camera. I couldn't see it with my naked eye. It wasn't bright or anything like that, but when I looked through it with the night vision camera, there it was. I really haven't noticed before, but at nighttime there is a lot of air traffic going over this mountain and going on the backside or southwest side where the petroglyphs are carved. Now in my studies of the Phoenix lights, I did see airplanes watching these lights also, and on South Mountain, and filmed many black helicopters that were watching for these lights and others coming and going from South Mountain. And now I'm seeing the same kind of air activity on this mountain. But these planes are going on the other side where the glyphs and Indian ruins are. I'm going to have to go over there one night and see what's going on, and that will be another video I'm sure will happen in the future. So I can only see them with the night vision camera. But after a while, I was only able to capture one every 2 weeks. They're not there all the time. Just as the sun is going down a few hours after, I watch for the lights and see if they will come back. I'm assuming that it's the same pattern of these lights as South Mountain, where the sun would go down and then I would see them right after the sun would go down, or maybe a few hours afterwards. And that seemed to be the pattern here also. That's when I first captured my first light, was a little after sunset. And I was just, by chance looking at the mountain with my night vision camera, and I caught this light and I started filming it. So I kept watching thereafter. I kept watching the mountain thereafter. And I didn't see any, but I kept going out there. I kept going to my window and looking for the light. It's been about almost 2 weeks now, give or take. And I haven't seen anything, but all of a sudden, a few days ago, I saw a light on a pyramid hill, as you will see in this film. I haven't seen a lot of UFOs in the last few years or so because I feel that I'm not in the right area. You have to be in the right spots to see these entities, these UFOs, these spirits. And these mountains are the keys, especially the ones that have the spiral doorways on them. Those are the mountains that are holy, that you want to keep an eye out for these creatures, these beings, these UFOs, if you will, because they're attracted to the fault lines of these mountains. That's why the spirals are there. They're tunnels looking down into a doorway. Now, the Native Americans say they're going down into the underworld, but on a scientific analysis, they're actually going down into that fault line to absorb the energy. So I'm on the west side, and most of you know that the best place to watch for these things are on the east side of the mountains. But I'm on the west side, so it's not a very good place to see them. But eventually, I mean, I did see a light out there, so this mountain is active. We just have to pay attention more and, use my night vision goggles, my night vision camera. So from now on, I'll be watching this mountain with my night vision camera, and if any new lights appear, I will post them. And I'll make this kind of, I guess, as a series. So keep track. I'm gonna be watching this mountain now. So just keep track, and if you see a new video come up on this channel, check it out. So without further ado, let's get started, and let me show you what I've been filming so far. Here we can see the TV antennas up there, but what we're looking at here is this light here, this UFO light. There's no trails there. There's a cliff right there. And look how it just disappears. It went into the mountain. Now it's coming back again. I kept the camera going, and then now you can see it's starting to slowly come out of the mountain again. And like I said, I can only see this through the night vision camera. When I was looking out there with my naked eye, I couldn't see anything. But the night vision camera was picking this thing up. And it just seems to disappear or go in the mountain, and then it seems to come back out of the mountain. And then that's a telephone pole right there. That brown stick sticking up. That's a telephone pole. And so this mountain is quite far away from me, a few miles away. And so this camera really works very well, as you can see the things at nighttime, because this mountain is very far away. And you can see that light there. Look, it's moving. And when I went back the next day, it just disappears right there. So I went back the next day and I looked during the daytime, and I used some telephoto lens on my camera, and I zoomed in on that area. it does look like there's a cave up there, or there's some kind of opening. So yeah, it disappears right above that power pole there. And when I looked at it during the daytime, there is a cave or a crack or a huge crevice, and that's what the Native Americans have been saying this whole time, is that they're going into the cracks of these mountains, into the fault lines. Now, here's another day, and there's the TV antennas. Now look, see that light there on the top of that pyramid hill? That is not normal, okay? There's no roads up there, okay? I've been watching this area for, a long time now, and, I've never seen any lights over there up until now. And it just so happens it's on a pyramid hill. I thought that was interesting. And then it pops up over there on the other side. Did you see that? It disappeared from the pyramid, and then it popped up on the other side to the left of the screen there, on top of the mountain over there. And then it disappeared, and then it popped up over here on the pyramid. So over here, this is the area where I first saw that light the other night, was over here in this area. So now we're clearly over here now, and we're seeing that light on that pyramid hill right there to the left of the TV antennas. And there it is again. Now I zoomed in on the night vision camera, and so we can see it pop up, and then it pops up over there to the right of it. So that was pretty amazing. So I'll be watching this mountain through the night vision. If I see anything more, I'll definitely be posting it.